What is going on, collective? You're in the middle of a cleansing. So as we are cleansing, Spirit is prompting me to remind you to practice your spiritual hygiene. Because the attacks right now are rampant. So without further ado, let's get right into it. We are going to get something from the Light Seer, but we are going to go for Rider-Waite-Smith. I particularly love this card deck because of the back. It's the sun. Sun, stars. So maybe somebody could be called at this time to spend some time in the sun, which is never a bad thing. Alright, Spirit, anything wants to come forward while we're shuffling here? Oh man. Alright, we'll take it. Two of Cups coming up. Sliding off on me. What's up with this Two of Cups, Spirit? Possibly a union. Three of Swords flashing at me. Nine of Swords. Could be a reunion of somebody who didn't necessarily have things go well in the past. Yeah, Judgment, Five of Swords looking at in between the Knight of Pentacles. It looks like this is a continuation of that offer, potentially, that might have been held out of view. And I don't have any reversals, but somehow the Fool is in the reverse in this deck, even though I made sure that there weren't any. So maybe someone knows. Maybe someone knows about this missed message, maybe either through one of my messages or a message from another tarot reader, or maybe Spirit has been telling you the Fool flashing at me again somehow. Alright, we got something to work with. Thank you, Spirit. Two of Cups. We have the Hermit, Three of Pentacles, and the Page of Wands. Oh man. Someone has been in Hermit mode for a long time. And it does not look like things were easy. It looks like there may have been a lot of gossip and slander, which may have left you wondering where it is in the world that you might fit. Oh man, collective. I can't say that we haven't all been there, and that the dark night of the soul isn't something. Four Cups flashing. You know, you might not even want to hear this, but I'll take that stack and I'll finish my statement. The dark night of the soul is necessary for a number of reasons. It helps you become who you are without the added noise of everyone else around. You can be a really powerful recalibration of the systems for yourself. And this Three of Cups on the Hermit, it's almost over. The isolation is almost over. The Moon on top of the Three of Pentacles, you knew about this gossip and slander. It either made its way back to you, or maybe you're a tarot reader, or you listen to one who's good enough to tap into it. Judgment on the Page of Wands. Spirit is not having this whole situation concerning this Two of Cups. This isn't something, it doesn't look like something you need to worry about, but that you need to work through, because it is very painful from the looks of things. I mean, it's only the Hermit and the Three of Pentacles on top of the Moon as far as introspection, as well as Judgment coming out there. So it was serious enough that you might have had angels, archangels, the ancestors, guides intervening on your behalf, whether you know it or not. And yeah, condolences, but at the same time, let's take a long, hard look at what it is that you went through and where you are now. Spirit, could you give me a little bit of a confirmation as to what I'm seeing here as far as the spread? Something about the Two of Cups. You haven't really dipped too much into that as well. It's this is more collective, what it looks like you've been going through. And this Two of Cups is something that may be entering into your sphere after this time out of Hermit, after all this contemplation of looking where you want to go in life, gossip and slander behind it, being strong enough. Yeah, Wheel of Fortune coming out, as well as the Five of Swords flashing at me. Something or someone has been interfering with you, abundance, in a relationship. And there has been a lot of slander. You've been in isolation. You were happy at the time, or so you had thought, and here we are now. So, Two of Cups, when prompted, Wheel of Fortune and Five of Swords coming out. Yeah, you don't want to look at this. Nine of Swords coming out. This is something either that you don't know and it's driving you crazy. Yeah, Lovers popping out. You know about this, but you can't see it, and it's not helping that it seems like either you keep seeking this information out, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. Queen of Wands, yeah, this is something that you're passionately invested on and maybe even on. Reason why I said it. It may be that you or someone else has meddled to the degree to which they don't know how everything is going to play out. But fortunately for us, Spirit does. And man, oh man, would I just love to please Spirit in the capacity to be able to deliver something to you. Yeah, Page of Swords and Ace of Pentacles flopping out on me. To be able to deal with this. So let's clear the board and go ahead and dip in a little bit further. So far, it seems like this isn't a bad situation to be dealing with overall. The Three of Cups onto the Two of Cups. We've got some progression in emotion. We've also got the Chariot and the Five of Swords. So there may be some playing cards or pieces that you have yet to have within your arena, and it looks like things are shaping up and changing. We'll get a little bit deeper with the Lightseers Tarot to clarify. A little bit deeper into involvement in your day-to-day, as well as being able to have the liberation from life, the means and availability of resources and finances and connections to actually be able to go out and do a little more than what we've been doing. That's what it looks like. Looks like all this gossip and slander with that Three of Pentacles. Maybe not important. Let's take a little bit of a deeper dive into what it is you would like while we're clarifying to adjust me on towards the message. Now we got it. Okay, Two of Cups flashing at me again. So there's something going on with a union. Possibly even a reconciliation. I'll take them. I don't mean to slap them out, but sometimes they'll just kick out on you. Okay, there's a little bit to work with, so I'm going to start with what came out sideways. Let's go ahead and do that. Alright, we have Knight of Pentacles, Judgment coming out again, Knight of Wands. So this is looking like there has been many transitions to this energy transit and these lessons towards this blessing. And it seems like despite any lack that you may have had in the process of Knight of Pentacles, leaving things along the way, having to let go of connections, resources, assets, finances, what have you along the way, but in a peaceful way where your angels, your guides, they've seen you go through this and you've been at peace, and more than just at peace, you've been involved in communicative passion. Like you're enjoying the process of going through this despite how painful that it is. And wow, collective, to move upon those aspects of life that are challenging with this energy transit. Ace of Cups in the reverse, Page of Wands in the reverse, Five of Swords, and the High Priestess. So what does this tell me? It tells me that this union, either one you had in the past, wasn't what you thought that it was, even though you felt that way. And especially being in the Knight of Pentacles, and this correlating the Page of Wands, you were frivolous and passionate and giving, and you were feeling the love, and some things went down that you didn't see, and your angels interceded, and this caused you a dilemma, a headache. And so it seems like you either sought tarot, divination, what have you, however you worked through it. Take it as it resonates. High Priestess coming out here on the Knight of Wands. You're solid with your intuition if you're exercising it, and I would highly encourage you to do that daily as much as that you can. This is looking good, but as far as what the collective needs to know concerning this situation, Spirit, is there anything else that you would like to say? The World and Temperance. Yeah, Seven of Pentacles, King of Cups in the reverse. We're not even going to take that Two of Pentacles in the reverse. We're going to leave it right there. We're going to dip into the past. We want to look at transits forward. The World coming out. Completions, ends of cycles. Feeling fulfilled in a way where you're actively engaged and participating in your fulfillment. Temperance. Getting that this is you needing to exercise some patience towards these completions. The Seven of Pentacles, you've seen the fruit of your efforts, but you haven't necessarily seen what it looks like is going on behind the scenes. I'm getting that this King of Cups in the reverse might be your spirit team, your angels, your guides, kind of just coming forth here of like, you've already sown the seeds, you've already done the work. Emotionally, you may not necessarily have the fulfillment that you're looking for, because what comes with this, I think you're expecting King of Pentacles energy, but the King of Cups, let's look around this guy. It's in the reverse, but if we're taking a little bit of a connection to the card, segue to piece this together, the King of Cups, he just has the one cup. It's not as if he's surrounded by anything other than the flows and currents of water, the oceans, the emotional network of being in touch with oneself. But it seems like in the reverse, your angels and guides are telling you that the situation has been observed, the situation has been had judgment called on it, with judgment being out here twice in two separate decks. Okay, so it seems like you might have heard this before, and you might be circling around because these situations can be tumultuous. I'm going to get something out of Spirit Animal, and we're going to call it on this. Trying to dive a little bit deeper every time. And hopefully you are too, because we're diving deep. And if you're still watching, hey, thank you. Maybe leave a like or a comment. Consider subscribing if this resonates deeply. All right, Spirit, we got Spirit Animals coming forward. Anything we need to know? I already asked that question, so I'm going to get a little bit more specific as I'm being prompted to. Is there a card or a few cards that the collective can contemplate on? Because it seems like the messages have been clear. They've been, to a degree, concise. You're going to pick this one out on your Spirit here. All right, I'll take it. A lot trying to come out. Dog Spirit. Be loyal to what you love. I'm going to dig a little bit deeper into the guidebook here, and we'll see. This may be a means of what it's looking like of self-loyalty. Ah, spreads make a little more sense. Take it totally as it resonates now, but what I'm being guided to elucidate to you, collective, is that it seems like your loyalty to spirit and your team, as well as yourself, is what got you through this situation. And it's to be commended. So, dog spirit, be loyal to what you love. Our oracle message is, dog spirit appears to remind you that although change is a part of life, and all of us are meant to evolve, our love and commitments remain strong. You are now and can trust that this higher love is true. Spirit loves you, and love has arrived in many forms now, manifesting in the people you surround yourself with, expressed uniquely through them. Dog spirit also says, be true to that which you love, for now is a time of good fortune. Be steady as you recognize that people and things are always transforming. Your heart is loving and true, and dog spirit wants you to know that your steadfast commitment to experiencing and expressing love will attract and manifest more love. You deserve all of it. Have faith in spirit's plan for you. Protection message, Loyalty to people and situations can turn into attachment that results in stagnation, enmeshment, and loss of integrity. Do you fear what will happen if you let a relationship evolve? Are you afraid that asking for a situation to change will make others see you as disloyal? Trust that when dog spirit appears, you are meant to accept the turning of the wheel of life and the changing of her fortunes. If you feel you are being betrayed or are growing apart from someone, let dog spirit reconnect you with your commitment to love in all its forms. Perhaps a relationship is meant to evolve. Perhaps you are meant to evolve too, so that you can experience the growth for which your soul yearns. Your greatest loyalty is to love, so be open to all its many guises, including self-love. You deserve the best, and that is what Spirit wants for you. So I think I'm getting a little clearer on this. In closing, collective, if I'm getting it right, you have been through something that made you question not only the loyalty of those around you, but your loyalty to yourself. If you're not asking, or that question isn't even being formulated in your mind to a degree to which you're asking and then now ciphering through that information, like in essence, are you asking what is eating at me, or what is it that I'm uncomfortable with? And then if you're not taking the necessary steps towards rectifying that or finding a solution that works for you, then you're just beating yourself around with the onset of circumstances or the energetic transits of what you went through. And if what you went through is meant to teach you something out of that, which it's either a lesson or a blessing, there's no in between. While you could call a lot of things lukewarm in that aspect, whether or not someone is meant to be in your life or not, or a thing is meant to be in your life or not, dictates whether or not it's a blessing or a lesson. And the only person who isn't even a person that can dictate that is spirit. So it seems like you might be getting beaten around the bush, even if it's only by yourself, or that the devices or faculties that you're stimulating around and within yourself are not assisting you in processing this information, and it's becoming something that's constantly being thrown into your loop or your feed. There are steps to start to alleviate that process, and I'm being called at that. Go ahead and grab something from Sword of Light Oracle, the exclusive Archangel Michael Oracle deck. You are a child of unfathomable beauty and light. And ain't nothing wrong with that. Sometimes when you be shining out there, people don't like that because they're not shining how you are. Archangel Michael, is there anything you'd like to add to what I've already said? I'll take them. 2, and then we're out of here. I said I was out of here earlier, but we're taking them. Oh my God. Okay, so don't give up on love. You can't make this up. A relationship you cherish can be healed. Allow me to clear the way for forgiveness so that love can thrive again. The way forward is open. You're not trapped. Possibilities and opportunities abound. I will guide you to personal and spiritual freedom. So it seems like Spirit as well as Archangel Michael are looking for you to let go of a relationship that happened that was not good for you, that you may have benefited from in some capacity, because Spirit is the great redeemer and is not going to waste the hardship that you endured without some sort of lesson at hand. So we'll dip a little bit into here, which is it's pretty self-evident, but sometimes these little explanations can assist in revealing some things that are hard to argue with. So do your best to try and listen, because I know this situation, as is coming out, there's a lot of external, there's a lot of stimulation outside of you that you may not necessarily have invited in, and you just had to deal with and set boundaries and remove out of your life. But it looks like you've had a number of interventions or possibly some unseen assistance, and you're on the verge of a breakthrough from what it looks like. Okay. Don't give up on love. We in the angelic realm know that relationships can be challenging. One of the most difficult parts of the human existence is forgetting that you are all connected to each other energetically. That mistaken feeling of disconnection is what generates unforgiveness and judgment of others. This message is meant to assure you that the relationship you are anxious about can be healed. If the situation includes another person, your guardian angels are working with the guardian angels of the others concerned in much the same way a mediator would. Hearts are being opened and harsh thoughts are being quieted. The opportunity for healing is being established. This is not the time to give up on love. Just as difficult as your connections with others can be, your relationship with yourself. Let me read that one again. It makes sense. Just as difficult as your connections with others can be, your relationship with yourself, I'm assuming, can also be as equally difficult. If that's your challenge right now, don't give up on self-love either. If your past experiences have caused you to give up on love entirely, I would urge you to allow forgiveness to wash over you. You deserve all the types of love in your life. Don't shut out the chance for it by telling yourself, I give up. Your angels love you. I love you. That would be Archangel Michael. And I love you too, collective. We will never, ever give up on you. So, we're taking it as it resonates. I'm getting that some of you just need to forgive yourself for having been vulnerable or taken advantage of to the degree to which you did. And in addition to that, I would also like to mention that your spirit team and Spirit is letting you know that there are no efforts that are wasted. So if you did all this in pursuit of trying to help someone heal or help someone in life in general, that didn't go unnoticed. And sometimes bearing the brunt of having given and being in a position of lack is a lesson that is hard instilled and learned, because you can't remove yourself from the equation. It kind of seems like you may have done that in the process of all of this, which it can be very messy, but we're not focused on the other person, because that chapter is either over, closing, or Spirit would highly suggest that you end those transits and those transitions, because it doesn't seem like it's benefiting you anymore, and now the time has come to make those moves as peacefully as you can. The way forward is open. It is a common human experience to feel as though you are trapped. This may be due to challenging relationships, financial worries, or career difficulties. While I see it could appear as though you have no options in the situation, there are possibilities out there, and more opportunities will make themselves apparent once you open your heart to them. If you continue to use words like trapped and stuck, you close your mind to what alternatives might be available. Refuse to see yourself as powerless. You are a child of the divine, and there is nothing you cannot do. Allow me to use my sword of light to sever your energetic connections to these negative self stories. Let's look at your life with new eyes and adopt a new attitude of hope altogether. All right. I mean, it is pretty hard to argue with that, but I feel like someone out there, there is one person that is refusing just about every single word that I've said so far. And Archangel Michael, Archangel Michael, and now we see why. Okay, your loved ones are safe. Let go of fear and worry for your loved ones. I am looking after them. There could be a scenario in which children could potentially be involved, a baby mama, a baby daddy, and the separation might be eating you alive. Take it as it resonates. If you don't have any kids, it's not for you. If you do and they're in separation, it is the most brutal wound you could possibly ever bear to heal. But the reality is that we're children of the divine, and the divine are in control. So your loved ones are safe. We'll dip into that. I'll do it with a little bit of reverence because it seems like there's more to this situation Spirit's letting on to, and I don't want to disrupt anyone if I don't have to. Your loved ones are safe. As a sensitive soul, you are naturally just as concerned for the well-being of those you love as you are for your own. Most of you are more concerned about your children, spouses, pets, and friends than you are about yourself. And because of that, I want to send you a special message to address the subject. It's a little personal for me as well, Collective. I have 2 children that I miss very dearly, and the circumstances placed upon our separation were nothing less than devious and of design to inflict damage. But my children are strong. So a momentary pause from me, a message from me, guided by Spirit. I know my kids are safe because I pray for them every day. And even though I pray for them every day, still a part of me is privy to worry, but I know that worrying is just torturing myself, because Spirit will always protect children. Fools and babies He takes care of. The rest, we kind of gotta take care of ourselves. And if this is how we're starting to take care of ourselves, by recognizing that if we're the provider in this situation, especially if we're the facilitator of assistance, that we have to take care of ourselves before we take care of anyone else. I understand why you are worried, but your beloveds are being watched over right now. They will overcome any current hardships they are facing. Of course, as souls having a human or animal existence, they will confront trials in the future as well. But your loved ones will rise up to meet the challenges of their life experiences, and they will succeed, just as you have succeeded. Your prayers on their behalf are heard and are welcome. Never stop reaching out to me, the other archangels, your guardian angels, and the guardian angels of your loved ones. Prayers are powerful, and they do make a difference. But in the meantime, you can know in your heart that those you love are on their own divine path. They are protected by many angels in the divine. And with that, Collective, I'm going to pray that anybody watching this message receive some level of angelic assistance to which with you they are comfortable and helps them heal. And with that, until next time, I hope you are well.